Hello there guys and welcome to episode number 9 in Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Elite League Racing Cup. Well, I was joining in the lobby in which they do the race. We joined with Bernie's lobby, the man who owns and manages this league, and we wait until 6 PM Mountain Standard Time and then start the qualifying and the race. Well, I was joining the lobby until this happened to me. Yeah, the error code NS07, well NS7, and that happened to me a lot of times, and I just fixed it with getting off the game and turn off the controller and wait for a few seconds and 1 minute and it fixed. Well, I was doing that thing and I was trying to rejoin that lobby and I just saw that it didn't fix that thing. It still appeared me that error. So yeah, I decided to restart the console, or well, just quit the game and restart the game. So hope this works as well. So after doing that thing, I was just praying for it to work, and when I just waited for a few minutes and seconds, I just realized it actually worked, fortunately. So I was in the lobby now and I was just preparing for the qualifying. So let's get into that session. So here we are, here in qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and here I am setting up the car using my setups that I have in my archives, and I chose the balanced set of the tires, so I could have 2 mediums instead of 1, just in case there's safety car, and that alters our strategy too much. So let's get out into qualifying, and I'm just here getting out of the garage, and let's get out to qualifying and begin that lap, that flying lap. So here I am, heading to the exiting the final proper corner, and here we are going into those fast corners, heading up, preparing for a final lap, but we just clip it. Oh my goodness me, and we just crashed into a turbo, into that tech pro barriers of the death, and with me the first victim of those barriers, and that means the end of the qualifying. That is terrible. It was just a bit surprising, a catch of an eye, and I didn't know that if you clip that wall, it wouldn't have a lot of mercy, but I just learned from the bad way. So yeah, it was just very terrible, and I have to just watch that all the qualifying session without doing almost anything, just suffering. In which position will I qualify if I would still be running? But well, at least it's qualifying and it is not in the race, so well, qualifying is over and we have a comeback to do. So those are the results while I was out of the qualifying session after that big crash. Peck and Tamal makes a Mercedes front row lockout, as obvious, and Saxi just goes into 3rd position. Strucky Minion qualifies 4th, Leopard qualifies 5th, Jovan 6th, Osba 7th, Inmore my teammate 8th, Valian 9th, Bernie 10th, Kester Chektos 11th, Josue in 12th, and I and Victor didn't set the time, so we just set into the back row of the grid. So we have a comeback to do in that race, so let's get into that session. So the strategy for the race will be a soft medium, soft into the start, because I just want to have it a good start, and just in case there's a safety car, boxing those laps and think like it's just a medium strategy, but legally, because you cannot do it legally medium, but if there's a safety car you can just do it like if you did it, those laps didn't count. And well, so with the soft let's get into the race. But before we get into the race, let's talk about fuel load. Just in case there's no safety car and everyone respect that start, we are going to overfuel a bit. 0.3 laps of fuel more than 26 laps. So, well, the fuel is a bit overfueled, and well, there might be a case that there's no safety car. Maybe it will be very obvious. I doubt there won't be. And we got the car set up. The only change we made was only the tire pressure. We lowered up all the way until the lowest point because I don't want my tires to overheat, my rear tires to overheat. So let's get into that comeback. So here we are, preparing for the formation lap. The lights have turned green, and we are just preparing for the practice start. I was just reacting to when.
We need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Okay, Mark. Yeah, I know that I have to heat up my tires. So, well, what I was talking about. I was just going to start the formation lap when Crester Chetos did, so it was like a reaction time in order to react the quickest possible to those lights. And here we are, heating up the tires, and well, let's see. We got
stable at the moment, no rain currently expected.
Okay, yeah, Mark. So, well, here we are heating up the tires, and well, hope no one gets nasty surprises during that formation lap, or else you'll get reset to the grid box and very unaligned. And here we are, going up to the grid box, heating up the tires, well, maintaining that tires heated, and here we are, yeah, spinning the tires, and so we could have even more heated, but with the cost of the tire wear being leveled up. And here we are lining up the grid, but then we just passed that the grid box. We just launched too much, and yeah, and the grid box got reset, and unfortunately we have a bit of a grid box, a bit disadvantaged. So we wait until the last car gets parked, and let's see, there's 5 red lights getting turned on. And those lights are just turned on. Now the 5 red lights have turned on, and it's lights out, and away we go. That was a decent start for us. Crester Shadows got a terrible start, and we just got up into 12th position. But let's get into round the outside to turn 1 because I want to be in the chaos. But then, oh my goodness, it was just terrible. But then Tamal is out of the race. That is no, terrible for Tamal and myself as well, because although Tamal is out of the race after crashing with one driver, we have a 5-second time penalty, which is terrible, but we just got into the box. If we box, we will serve that penalty. So yeah, that's terrible because we'll lose 5 seconds. Unless there is safety car, we will have big disadvantage, but it's just spiritual safety car, so no way to box for mediums. So we won't box for those compounds. So well, let's heat up the tires. Let's maintain those tires heated up, and let's wait until spiritual safety car ends. So then, after heating up those tires, spiritual safety car is going to end. So we have to be prepared for the relaunch and hope we can climb up the positions. I'm currently now into P9, and virtual safety car has ended. We're going to overtake Victor around, well, into that main straight, but we see that Saxi and Ospa crashed, and they made contact, and we just got into 7th position, and we're just trying to overtake Victor after he just paused the session, and oh my goodness, we just almost get crashed into the wall. But the RS has now been deployed, and it's pretty hard to overtake him because we're just getting neck and neck, side to side into turn 1. We're just going to overtake one on the outside, but then we just run wide, and then oh my goodness me, he just crashed into me, and oh no, I think Crester Check has also been involved into that crash because I think he just got touched with me and he just spun and crashed into that wall and got DNF. So that's just terrible. And I think we just got a front wing damage which made our situation even worse. And we need to pray for safety car to come out. And I just got dropped into 9th position, which is terrible. So well, let's continue that comeback, which has been crossing to those pumps, then heading to turn 6. I was just heading to Saxy, but I think the gap has just been increased, obviously, because our wing is damaged, and we're just trying to get cautiously into the castle section. Oh my goodness, we just made contact to that wall, and we just see that the car has got bunched up. And then here we go, they're heading into turn 14. Well, I mean, oh yeah, and Saxy just spun, and we just got into 8th position, but came into that corner. We just exiting that corner, and oh my goodness, me almost spun. But well, another day alive, and here we are going to overtake Victor because he's just being controlled by the AI, and we're just going to overtake him more into that straight because he's just left the session, and we're just going to overtake very easily because he doesn't have collision, and we're just now in the 7th position, but we're just trying to overtake Victor around the outside to turn 1. Can we get 4th position? Yes, we can, and we finally overtook Victor, which got us into 4th position, but we're literally into 6th position or even 7th because our penalty, by our penalty. So well, let's make that gap into increasing a lot, and I think we oh my goodness, I think the steering wheel glitch is just affecting us, but well, we'll just control it. But then heading to turn 15, making that gap being bigger with us and the cars behind us, and the throttle, though we just pressed the throttle very early, and our wing is extremely destroyed, and we just got the virtual safety car, which might be a little bit polemical, but if it was on simulation damage instead of reduced damage, we might have DNF'd. So fortunately we didn't DNF, so we have a lot of chances to come back into that race. We're just only 23 laps in, and we're just trying to overtake those drivers because it doesn't count as an illegal overtake when you just enter the pit lane. And here we are going to a terribly slow stop because we're just going to serve the penalty, and also we're just going to replace that front wing destroyed. But yeah, I just have to be a bit more careful into that corner because if we just don't have to be, I mean, if we don't be very careful in that corner and we just exit the corner too aggressive and press the throttle too early, we might spin again, and maybe there won't be safety car, and we're just gonna be a terrible disadvantage. But virtual safety cars has now ended. We just dropped into 10th position. So let's begin once again with that comeback. But then heading to that turn 7, we just maintaining that gap very decently, reducing that gap. I mean, now heading to lap 6, we're just catching Josué with the Elrc because we just want to overtake him and begin with that comeback. Although he's a 5-second penalty, and we just see him being spun into turn 12, so we just get the free position. Thank you, Josué, for that free position, and we just now into 9th position. So let's catch Joban, but the gap is now 12 seconds, so that might be, we might have to set fastest laps of the race, because if we don't do that, maybe we cannot catch him unless there's a safety car. But then heading to the straight ending lap 6, we see that 2 drivers are going to the pit lane boxing for new tires, and one of them is my teammate Timor, and we're just going up into 7th position, heading to turn 1. We see that Saxy just did pit, so well, just decently, but he was too far away from me. that 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 his pit lane, his pit change didn't affect too much for his position, so we couldn't overtake him. But we are heading into those corners, trying to overtake him, well, trying to reduce that gap into now less than 2 seconds. Well, now less than 3 seconds, but now he's now 2.4 seconds, 2.3 seconds. Now it's 2.2 seconds. What happened to Saxy? But we're just going to overtake him into that straight. But we see that Saxy is just very slow into those corners. But I don't know why. But let's just try to catch and not be distracted with that reason that heading to castle section we need to have a lot of focus. And we just did very carefully and very decently those corners, and we see that our gap between Saxon and myself has now been reducing to less than 1.6 seconds. And heading to those fast corners, let's see how much the gap will be reduced. Now into 1.5 seconds, 1.7, 1.1 seconds. Can I just get DRS? Let's see, heading to turn 16. Can I get DRS? Although Saxy didn't quit the session, so it might be more mysterious why he's off the pace. He might struggle with the cards, and we now had DRS heading to the main straight. The gap is now 0.9 seconds. Can we overtake him into that straight down the inside to turn 1? Maybe we cannot, because he's too far away and we couldn't catch him the slipstream. So we're still into 8th position, but we'll just try to overtake him into that little straight before turn 3. Can we overtake him? Let's see if we can overtake him, but I was just thinking about not to overtake him because it was going to be a dumb overtake because pretty narrow into turn 3, so why would I risk for that if he just closed me the door and we just end up crashing? So I just waiting for the main straight so I can overtake him. But then the gap is now reducing, preparing to overtake him into the back straight. But then there was safety car deployed, and we just, oh no, it just destroyed our plans to overtake him into the main straight. And there's no safety car, but I don't know why. There may be no reason about that. But we're just going to box for hearts. The engineer didn't ask about us, but this might be not the best option, so let's see if that gamble will be worth it. But we're just going to box for hearts, but this gamble might be very easy to be paid off, so it isn't a lot of a gamble. So Saxy and myself got to box and we're just bidding for hearts. And the weirdest thing about Saxy is that he just broke, and I just saw that he was just going to replace the front wing because he had his wing damage, I think so, and he's just serving that 5-second time penalty, and we just got down to 8th position. Not as surprising, so we might not be so angry about that thing, but well, let's just get into that field. Well, let's see if we can just get into a good relaunch while our tires are heated. But then now safety car is going to end in this lap, so we're just going to maintain our rear tires heated up because that's the fundamental part to get a good relaunch. So we're just maintaining those tires into the optimum temperature, into the green color, and we just prepare for the relaunch. And we're just behind my teammate, and we're just going to relaunch that thing and doing a strategic movement. So we're just not going to overtake him before the safety car ends by obvious reasons, and we just send the front brake bias into 54% just in case our rear brakes locks up. And here we are, safety car is now ending, and we're just going to relaunch, but the relaunch is a bit slow, and I just got slowed down. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. I just got a bit scared because I thought it was an illegal overtake, but that back up a while, and we just trying to overtake Bernie, getting to 6th position. Can we overtake him down the inside? No, we don't. We didn't want to risk to just make contact because that might be a bit of a dive bomb. But then getting to turn 3, we just we're just going to play the patience game because we. Oh my goodness me! What happened? Saxy just tried. He just rear-ended us. This is just terrible, and I don't know why, but once again he just rear-ending us, and I don't know why. He might break too late, or I was breaking too early, but I don't know. But he might not do that things to me. And we see that Bernie and Victor are just trying to battle wheel to wheel. Let's see. Oh my goodness me! He just almost sends me into the wall. Saxy, calm down, man. I know you just want to break late, but man, you cannot do this to me. You just almost sent me to the wall 3 times now. So, well, I hope you don't do this to me once again. But then it turns 15. We're just trying to break a bit careful, but then Saxy is just trying to break. Oh my, again. Fortunately, the rear tires just touched and we didn't destroy our front wing, fortunately. So I just tried to break late into turn 16, and this time Saxy didn't rear-ended up me. So he was just trying to get attacked it, but then heading to main straight. Let's see. Oh my goodness, who just crashed? Oh my goodness, Sosma, who's just retired and is now out of the race, making another safety car. And I just decided to go to pit into the mediums because it was halfway to the race, and those mediums last like 13 laps. So we was trying to make that gamble and maintain those mediums until the end of the race. And let's see how much will it pay off. But Osba is the second victim of the technical barriers of the dead. Well, I was going to say fortunately, but it isn't fortunately. But still, for now I'm not the only one to be the victim of the tire barriers of the technical barriers of the death. So for now, it's Osba and myself, the victims of that event. So, well, we just bit into those meetings and got falling into 9th position. And well, let's punch up with the field, and we're just trying to be a bit slow because I don't want my tires to be too worn off, and so yeah, let's do this with a conservative rate, and also maintaining that delta pace, because we don't want our delta pace to be too fast, because they're gonna penalize us with the drive to penalty. So, but unfortunately our tires is still below that point of the optimum point, so we're just trying to hit up those tires a bit carefully, because we don't want to just spin and crash and look like the ridiculous like I did in Bahrain. So, well, let's see. Safety car, we're just going to catch the safety car. But then safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap, and we just barely just punched up into the field because the safety car just ended up too quickly, or other Victor was too slow, or the safety car ended up too quickly. But still, we are just in time to the field to barely be punched up. But we're now into 8th position, and we're just going to be prepared for the relaunch with those tires not so heated, but still into the optimum temperature. Safety car is now ended, and oh my goodness, the Victor almost crashes, and the relaunch is just terrible, and we're just trying to overtaking round the outside. Can this be successful? Let's see if it is successful. Round the outside into turn 1. Can we overtake him successfully? No, but still we didn't run up wide, and we just didn't crash into him. But still, we're just trying to overtake him into turn 3 if we can. But we cannot, because the speed is just too fast, and we cannot overtake him at that distance. So we're just trying to be a bit conservative, not break so far, and we're just trying to overtake him. Oh my goodness, almost into turn 4, but it was going to be a dump overtake still, so we're just going to maintain to that pace. And we see that, oh my goodness, Saxy spun, and we just almost crashed into him, but he just barely turned to ghost, so fortunately we didn't straight crash into him. So our wing is safe still. So but now into 7th position and heading to castle section. We see that Victor got into AI. He just paused and we just tried to overtake him into turn 12, but he just resumed the game too quickly, so he's just going to be at the same rate as he's been. So let's see into turn 15 if he makes a mistake into the exit of that corner. Will he make it? No, he won't. So and then to turn 16 we just try to pressurize him and trying to overtake Victor into the main straight. He just ran wide a bit, so we just tried to overtake him into the main straight. He just got into those corners pretty badly. And let's see who's the victim of the Chakra Virus of Death. And we just overtook him into that main straight, and we see that also with the race now out of the race, and we just overtook Victor just in time. And Qualy is the 3rd victim of the Chakra Virus of the Death, the 2nd one in the race. So safety car has been triggered for the 2nd time in this race. So this time I didn't want to box, so because first I just used all the mediums, and second, why would I box if the softs are not going to last into those laps? So I just decided to stay out, and we're now in 6th position, and let's punch up the field and prepare for our tires to be heated up, and let's just be prepared for the relaunch. So safety car is in this lap, and the field has now punched up, and we're just going to heat up the tires a bit because our tires are just dropping into below the heating up point, the optimum temperature. I mean, I was just running out of that word. I was just forgetting that. But still, safety car in this lap, and we're just going to prepare for that relaunch. Let's see if Bernie will get terrible relaunch and overtaking just in the line where the overtaking is now legal. So let's see if it happens. And safety car is now ending, and we're just going to prepare for that relaunch, and let's see if we can just get relaunch very well, and see that no one's going to do that relaunch. So let's just wait a bit and try to overtake Bernie and more. And we're just trying to overtake. Oh no, we didn't want to overtake him, but oh no, we just had terrible relaunch, but still we didn't got the relaunch too terrible that Saxi and Victor didn't overtake us, and oh, Bernie almost crashes into us, but he just ghosted, and he was just trying to crash into who? I don't know, but I don't know which driver, but still, let's get into turn 3. We're side to side with Joe Biden, and we just try to overtake the hour on the outside, and just go over to, oh my goodness, what happened to Joe Biden and Bernie? But we just now into 5th position, 1 frame to 4th position before Beck overtook us, and now we're just trying to overtake Beck, but then Victor just trying to overtake us, and then we're just trying to be side to side, but then Victor just spun, and we just sent us into the wall, and in our front wing got damaged again. Once again, our front wing got damaged again. Oh my goodness, we just dropped into 9th position. Oh god, again, Victor, what just trying to do to us? And Bernie almost crashes with us into the castle section, but it was just a bit frustrating that our wing got damaged because Victor, for the 2nd time, crashed into me. And it was terrible. So, well, let's just be calm down and let's... Oh, we just crashed again into that goal, but I was just checking if the damage got worse, but I don't think it had gotten worse, and we're just trying to overtake him more because he's just left the session. And then heading to that factor straight, we just overtook him more before the main straight, and we're just aiming to overtake Bernie into the main straight. We can overtake him because we're just very near with Bernie. Can we overtake him without locking up the brakes and run wide into turn 1? I think we can. Down the inside into turn 1, and Bernie has just backed up a bit, and we just overtook him successfully, and we're now into 6th position. We're just heading to that comeback, but still with our wing a bit damaged, so yeah, it might slow down a bit, so we're just trying to be a bit with conservative, and I was just trying to change the wing into 0-0. So I decided to do it now, and I was just, oh my goodness, I was just, oh no, that was, oh man, I was just an idiot because I decided to do that thing. Oh my goodness me, just in those corners, in those technical corners. Oh man, I was just a bit frustrated, drawing up a great podium, but oh man, it was just terrible. Oh no, you cannot do this to me. And I just decided to just do the 0-0 wings and those straight. But yeah, oh man, why did I do this thing? In doing that thing, I just got distracted. What an idiot I am. Oh man, that was just terrible. I just got down to 8th position. Valiant is now very far away and Leopard a lap down, so that means that I'm just into dead last. And Leopard has just returned, but we see that he just crashed again into the tech pro barriers of the death, and he is the third and the final victim of the tire barrier, tech pro barriers of the death of this race. And for the third and final time, safety car has been deployed, and we're just going to box for softs and new front wing. That was a miracle that happened to me. So, and Valiant won't overtake me because he has a turn 2 penalty, and also the time loss won't be too much. So yeah, we're going to box in this lap, and thank God that miracle happened. If it wasn't safety car, I'll be dead last, and very frustrated about that thing. So yeah, I was very grateful. So well, let's continue with that thing, and let's punch up the field and prepare to our tires to be heated up. But then safety car is in this lap, and we're just preparing for a good relaunch and hope we can come back and get into the top 5. So let's just prepare for our tires to be heated up, and safety car is in this lap. So let's see if we can get good relaunch and see if we can trick Bernie and overtake Bernie and even Victor into turn 1. So let's see if we can do this thing 2 in 1. So safety car is in this lap, and let's make sure that Valiant doesn't overtake us. Still, he has a drive-through penalty, so he'll be a rock for us if he overtakes us. So safety car is ending, and we're just going to relaunch, and we just decently, but still we didn't overtake Bernie, and we're just trying to overtake him around the outside into turn 1, but Bernie just got into outside line, so we didn't do the thing, and Bernie's just doing a bit of those movements, and oh my goodness me, that was a bit scary about that thing. And it more has been taken by myself and 2 more people, and we just got into 6th position. So heading to turn 3. Oh my goodness me, struck a million. Oh my goodness me, what was he doing? Valiant, you just almost killed me. And struck a million overtook us down the inside menu, into turn 3, and it's now Ferrari 5-6, so that might affect us into the Constructors Championship. But we're just doing the best of all. So heading to turn 7. Let's see if we can just catch Stocky Million into Main Street. So let's see if we can do this thing. So we're just maintaining that pace, that gap into turn 8, into Castle section. So hope we can do this thing, and we're just maintaining that gap, being a bit careful, but still going to those softs, bit very good into very good. Heading to turn 16, we're just going to do smoothly, but then we didn't do this thing, and we just spun and crashed for the 2nd time into that wall in the same corner, and we just crashed once again into that wall. Oh, again, I don't learn from my mistakes. What an idiot I am. Unbelievable, man. You cannot do this to me. And oh my goodness, I almost became for the 2nd time the victim of the tech pro barriers of the death. And we just overtook Inmore into the main straight, obviously. And I decided to stay out because, man, it's just 4 laps to go. So, oh yeah, and also into turn 1, I just went a bit wide, and I think we just touched the wall, but still we didn't damage our front wing more. So, yeah, it's just a bit terrible, that thing. So, yeah, we're down to 7th position, and we're just trying to do our best, hoping someone pieces up, and yeah, we're just doing that thing, and well, I hope someone borrows it up and gets our free position. But then heading to those suffering, we see that Victor just got the bit wrong. We just ran wide, and we just, oh no, again for the 3rd time. Oh man, it's Bahrain all once again. It's Bahrain for the 2nd time. We just do the ridiculous. That's just terrible. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I was going to pause and the AI was going to correct me, but instead he just, oh my goodness, man, I was just an idiot. Oh man, I was an idiot as well as the AI, because oh man, and we just ran wide into that corner, and oh, it was just terrible. We did the ridiculous once again. I don't learn from my mistakes again. Oh man, you cannot do this to me. We just fall into 8th position, but still I didn't want to retire from the race, because I'm going to get 4 points, so it won't be worth it to retire, because it's going to be 2 points or no points. So yeah, it was just terrible, but still it was terrible. I was just suffering into those laps. Yeah, it was those laps of suffering. But then heading to lap 25, well, heading to the final lap, we see that the miracle is happening. I'm just overtaking Inmore, and also Victor's boxing for new subs, I think, and getting to the final lap. We see that we're just now into 6th position. The miracle is happening. That's why you don't have to retire from the race if you are still on the points, because there might be some miracle that it can happen. So I decided to just suffer instead of retiring, and that happened to me. Going up into 6th position, now into final lap, and Nin was just trying to overtake me, but he just left, and well, the AI is controlling him, so we overtook him with no problems. So now into 6th position. But even more miraculously, we see that a McLaren is in the yellow box. We see that the success gap is going to be reducing a lot, and we see that it's now into 8.3, 6.3, 4.4 seconds. Is it possible? Can we overtake him? Yes, we can overtake him, and we're now into 5th position, almost ending up the race. And that means that we just come back with 8 places climbed up from P13 all the way to P5. I don't know how did I do this thing despite doing this ridiculous. I don't know how, but we did manage to get to 5th position. But I don't know, man, if we just didn't make the ridiculous, I think we might get into 4th position or even into the podium still. But yeah, if it was the case, that means that I just threw away another chance to get to the podium. But still, I'm still happy to be in 5th position. But yeah, still we could get into podium. But next race we can do this thing. The next race we can do this thing. So, well, 5th position, driver of the day, I won it. GG. So, here are the results of the race. Beck has just come into the win of the race. Has received the Grand Prix of Azerbaijan. Jovan finished 2nd, Storkamillion finished 3rd, and Bernie finished 4th, making a Ferrari 3-4. And meanwhile, Alpine made 5-6 with us finishing 5th and my teammate Imor 6th position. Although that might affect us a bit with the Constructors' Championship. Victor finished 7th, Saxi finished 8th, Valiant finished 9th, and the others didn't finish. With Leopard getting to top 10, but still getting us not classified. but still, we made a great comeback from P13. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like this video. If you just want to like it, or even dislike if you want, you can do this thing. And if you want to be a part of the Mexico Balls, you can also subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications if you want to miss any of my videos. And also join my Discord server, the link is in the description down below, and also my Twitch is in that description down below. So have a nice day, goodbye.